My name is Michael Rice. I am a ceramicist. That means I am an artist, a designer, and a maker. The current show on here at Design Space 1971 is titled GEO. And GEO is a prefix to many common words: geology, geometry, and because GEO is the Greek for earth, being a ceramicist, I felt it was a wholly appropriate title. One of the pieces in the exhibition is a commission, and that was based on my visit to Malaya. And the commission has 3 pieces in it, and the forms are made by looking at a traditional ceramic profile and then expanding that or extruding that to a point. And the idea was to talk about time and the way ceramics have developed over time. The 3 pieces are put into sand that's brought from Malaya here to the exhibition, and one is lying completely flat, one is partially upright, and the other one is more upright as well. And this was to represent culture and the way culture rises and changes. And the one that is gold is lying down, because I believe that your culture is your history and your culture are the really precious things about any society. So the gold one is in the past. So that was the idea of having these pieces. As a ceramicist, we're always trying to create new forms, new surfaces, new textures. And personally, a lot of my inspiration comes from looking at natural forms and natural textures. Another work on display here is pieces that I call diffusion platters. And they are flat pieces. And I have created the texture for those pieces with a process in Photoshop. And then I have laser cut the patterns and then impressed them into the clay and then put them into molds and added various glazes, in some cases terracotta and in some cases ceramic slips, to create various different textures and finishes. So I've used porcelain for the first time in this exhibition. And one of the types of porcelain that I've used is bone china. And bone china is named bone china because it's literally made from bones. Bone china is a substance that is made from bone ash. And if you've ever by mistake burned your fingernail or your hair, you get a very specific smell. And that's the smell of silica, because your fingernails and your bones and your hair is full of glass. So potters realized this, and they went to abattoirs and collected mass amounts of bones and then started burning them to make bone ash. And then they added bone ash to china clay and created bone china, which is a very, very superior type of porcelain. I've created for this exhibition some wall pieces, and they are slip cast. And slip casting is a process whereby you create a form, you make a plaster mold, and then you take the form out of the mold and then you pour liquid clay into the mold to create multiples. This is the process of slip casting, and since living in the region the past 10 years, I've been more and more influenced by geometry and Islamic geometry. So I started playing with these various ideas, and the pieces on the wall are the outcomes of these playful experiments with geometry and slip casting and reticulated glazes. And that's the finish. The reticulated glaze is kind of crawling off the piece. And that's because the glaze has the addition of magnesium. Some of the work for the exhibition is raku fired. And raku firing is a process whereby ceramics are fired in a kiln first to 1,000 degrees, then they're taken out and a glaze is applied, then they're put back into the kiln. The kiln is now an outdoor gas kiln. It's fired up to 1,000 degrees, and you grab the pieces with tongs and lift them out and put them into combustible materials. And this then cracks the glaze in a way which is very unpredictable, and black smoke goes into the cracks, and that's the memory of the firing. Really, if I could make things that were as beautiful as the earth makes them, I would be very satisfied. So that's what I'm always looking for. I'm always trying to make work that looks like it was natural, like it was actually made by the earth, not made by me.